This is not easy.
Look at the resume on this girl.
I know.
I mean, you really kind of have to.
Me.
You gotta be quick to find anybody out there.
I know. I
I know, Jesus, dude. This would be my first fucking. There's another room too. This would be my first job. Thank you. Pull the trigger on that, or we just.
Yeah, we'll see what Dave has to say.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. All right. Hopefully everybody can hear me out there. Hello. Welcome to the Monday, February 6, 2023 Lyman Town Hall Board of Selectmen meeting. The meeting is a public proceeding, is being recorded. Will you please all join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I feel like that thing's gonna hit me in the face. You with us, Dave?
Yes, I am,
All
Mr. Chairman.
right. Nice to hear your voice, Dave.
And me?
Well, you know.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't recognize you.
Well, you
Hey,
can't.
this is Tom sitting next to me, Dave.
Yeah,
Okay, so
that's Mr. Vice Chair.
Normally I can see him over there on the computer.
Yeah, let's see him.
We'll start off, item 1, special offers presentations. Michelle?
So I assume you guys had a chance to kind of look over what I put together.
Mhm.
And this is just stuff I kind of gathered here and there, and this is not, and I know everyone's going to bring things up, oh, you're looking to do something. I'm not, I'm looking that when you know better, you do better. And eyes wide open is the best way to treat everything. Basically, and this is, I realized after our last budget committee meeting too, we spend $83,000 a year at Bungana. And that I found out, like, certain things weren't being put in there, like signs that were bought for Bungana, weren't put in the Bungana budget, and something else wasn't. So there's actually more that we're spending over there. So I've asked for like the revenue and expenses for Bungana, which you guys had at the beginning, which was for fiscal years 23 down to 19. Basically, there was a loss all those years. That's the one I had given you guys last time. And then below was an email that I had gotten from the YMCA, I think last year on the budget committee, showing, the suggested rates that were happening for 2022. And so I had that, and then I was able to get the passengers in cars, the residents, the seasonal passes, and non-residents passes. So just for fun, I'm going to give you this, if it's okay if I just give this to you. Here, they have persons and then cash and check, residents, and then seasonal passes, and weekly. If you just take the numbers and try to multiply, tell me what you get for a number. So if you take,
Arithmetic?
so if you take the two,
Thumbs.
if you take the seasonals times 387, so seasonal passes are $75 times 387.
Hold on. You gonna do it longhand? 75 times what?
387.
387.
And then the weekly, I have 5 times 50.
Wait a minute. Should I write that down?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
So that's gonna be 250 right down there.
Yeah,
So just write these
250.
numbers down.
250. I'm not adding these together yet. Where am I? Okay.
All right, and then the RSV, I have no clue what that is. So that's what you know, I don't know what they pay. I don't know if it's reservations total persons, but I don't know what they get for reservations.
Okay.
So then if you take the cash and checks and, Amber, what was the, how did we do that again? Was it per number?
Through that, I don't even.
I know.
How we tried. We tried a
Basically,
lot.
I tried for 2 hours to try to figure out the numbers, and then in the end, I came with a total of $29,025 plus $250, which is $29,275. These are their sheets that show how many people were there. Just on one day, they show 9 people were there. They took no cash, no checks, but there's only 3 residents that came in. you can't make sense of any of the numbers they have and how they're keeping track of it. This is also from the Y.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give this to you. So that was one thing that I was bringing up, is like, it's not really clear what we're getting for money, because they take cash and checks, and it's not, you can't figure, I did for an hour, tried to do math to get the numbers to match, and they didn't. So and then on the same thing I gave you was the expense report that I had, which was $83,910, which is the expenses that are listed in the budget for the town of Lyman, just for London. That's both sides. That's the field and the water side. So, and part of that is the 41,000 we paid the Y. And again, like I said, I don't know how, have you ever tried to take someone who's elderly or handicapped down there? You can't. You can't even get from the handicap end to the other end of the room. The Y has the prime spot, all sandy, flat, and open, and they have the building there. The residents can't even use that on the weekend. But we're paying them $41,000, but yet they're making money having campers come there. So the whole thing of Bunganite is like, we own, do you know how much acreage we own there?
Oh, that's a good.
I
I know it's on
found
both
out
sides.
there- John, I asked John, because John knew, we either own 160 or
Yeah,
106
it's-
acres over there. That's a lot of acres.
Do you know Dave?
I do not.
Okay.
So we're basically spending $83,000 for a summer camp. You know, that's a huge amount of money. And the fields, I also did a FOIA to find out how much money we're receiving for the fields that are being used over there. Zero. There's no money whatsoever from the field use. And they even went so far as to ask the Y, in case they were managing it, and they're not. So I have all those.
Field use out to
The
the
field-
public, I mean, to the why, because I know that there are teams that donate money to it.
The town gets none of it.
It was rolled back into, because we had to vote on it, it was rolled back into maintenance of the field.
Yeah, Jeanette has no.
But I know
Yeah.
that the MUSC donated money, and I know that baseball, softball, or one of them donated the same
I
amount.
FOIA'd it, and there's nothing. There was nothing to trace to show me what money we're donating.
We had to vote on it in the town meeting,
I don't know.
so there's gotta be something. We had to vote on it,
Yeah.
to transfer it from the
It'd be
general
nice to see
fund
that, though,
over
see how
to
much is helping
whatever.
towards the expenses on that side. You know, and it's my whole thought process is like, again, it's not to shut things down, actually to do better, to have it a better community place for people to go and to be able to use. Develop maybe trail systems, just grants for things like that. It's a large amount of acreage. You know, we share Alfred Parks and Rec, but you know, they have fields over there too, and then we share whatever with Dayton, and they have fields over there too. So it's like, but then we have ours, but who's using them? I am not really sure, except for during T-ball when we were over there. So, you know, just maybe making it a more concentrated effort to see where the money is going over there. And in the end, there was 5, total he gave me 1 year. Where is it? Trying to find it. Like the total of residents versus from out of state is mainly people not from here using it. So a thought process is put a pay per gate there and have people pay. So actually it can fund itself to actually help with cleanup and trash and everything else there and make it more usable for the public, because now it's actually contributing funds towards it.
Who mans the gate?
It's a slide card.
And I'm
These are
I'm
thought
just
processes, you know,
advocating you
spitballing.
because I think that place is a cash cow just waiting, but
Yeah.
it needs somebody to run it, and that is a big
If you
overhead.
have a monitored gate, and they have to get a car, Lyman residents free still. Because I mean, the thing is, like, even with the camp, it's $185 for one kid, and that's 1 week. And I don't get a discount having my kid there unless I want to pay early. And I
So
guess that there used to be a discount for Lyman residents, that you would get a discount having your child go to the YMCA program. There's not anymore. So for me, I have to pay regular daycare because I can't lose a spot. And then I have to pay their $185 or more for a spot over there. So in 1 week, I'm spending $400 for daycare, you know, for my kid to have one fun week out of the summer.
So are you saying that we pretty much help fund this park for the YMCA, and the YMCA does not even kick back and let the kids of Lyman go in for nothing?
Correct. So basically, it's $41,000 a year per the contract, and I think Lyman only got back $22,000. But again, when you try to make the numbers match with their charts, you can't make heads or tails of what they're receiving and what they're getting and what it means. And I also think the season pass is kind of low there for prices there. You see what, you pay $25 just to park at Kennebunk Beach to go down there. But again, to the benefit of the town, where is the benefit to the town to even rent out the shelter for a party during the weekend? There's not.
Mhm.
There's no easy way to get into the water down there if you guys haven't been down there, with kids or with elderly, you know? And I thought
That's gonna be
it's supposed to be for community, it really isn't the way it is, set in. I never noticed the money going there until on budget. And the way Jeanette did the new charts, I started saying, bunging up. Every time I'm like, what is all this? So I had her pull it all, and it was $83,000. That's a lot.
$83,000 loss, is what you said.
I think minus what the $22,000 we got from what the Y collected for part, it was like 53,000 or something like that. But it's
Were
an
these
absolute
numbers
loss.
passed by Jeanette, Michelle?
Yes, she gathered them for me.
Okay.
So I have them all. But again, we did realize there's other expenses that are happening that aren't being tracked because people just don't think to tell Jeanette, hey, this is for Bunga. So I guess my whole thought is maybe form a Bunga committee that maybe wants to develop trails where people can snowshoe or walk during the rest of the year. People, it's a huge amount of land that's just sitting there.
Doesn't that come under Parks and Rec?
I don't know.
Because they wanted to do snowshoeing and
Yeah, it's,
cross-country
right, we
skiing
just
and,
did, we just did.
We did
Yep.
some
This
every
past weekend.
forest, because that's where the trails are.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
But we don't have like our own trails or anything like that, right?
No.
Yeah, and that's just it.
We
So
would
it's-
use the trails, but we're probably not gonna make the trails.
Right.
Will they be made out of log roads?
Yeah,
They'd be made out of the log roads that are already in there.
we could do that, we could market.
Yeah.
this is good stuff.
It's
I
just-
think we
it's
need to
just
take a
forming
closer look
committee
at it.
Maybe that can look at it and find ways either to stop the hemorrhaging a little
It
bit.
needs a 10-year plan that, like, I hate to say that to everybody else that always preaches that, but
No,
it needs an outlook.
right, I think it really needs a committee, and I think that it has to have maybe even like Dave did with Kennebunk, an architect, a landscape architect to help figure how to do things, how people actually can get down to the beach without breaking your neck on the steps if you're older.
I agree 100%, but I would encourage you to go by at 11 o'clock on a Saturday or Sunday, Bunga Nut Field, and see how many kids are out there.
Oh, on the field side, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
talking the lake side.
Yeah, I'm just saying there's 300 kids at least that visit Bunga Nut
Right.
Field on Saturday
Right,
between. It's
right, so I'm not
utilized.
talking pay gate over there, that's.
Yeah.
that's-
No,
that's
I get that. Your 83,000 combines both of the
Yeah, but-
complex and also combines mowing from other, not just,
no. this
there's
is
no
like-
other
this is over
mowings that
there.
are involved into that one. I thought you took the whole contract of,
It's broken out. That is broken out. So, because we had it from the past year. This is last year's number sheet, the way it was done.
Yeah.
yes, because
So
they
I was
broke
able
it
to
out.
have the exact
Yeah,
amount of
Bill
mowing
broke
that
it
was
out.
already done. So and it's on there too,
Yeah.
the stuff that she gave me there, this printout, this is all Jeanette. So those are all numbers that she gave me.
Oh, okay. Good.
That's
I
that's
definitely-
Jeanette.
It's got to the point now, I think, where we need to throw more thought into it because
And listen,
back then
the
it
Y
wasn't.
is a great place. I'm not saying it's not. But why are we paying them? I mean, roughly, if you figure they had even 100 campers when we're talking about?
Oh, it's at
It was like
least,
$200,000 they're making to sit at the gate.
Right, with the man.
they run the complex. I mean, there's no
Well,
town employees
complex
there,
around, though.
but they run the gate, they open, they close it, they, whatever,
That's it, they
yeah.
set the little thing, but it's not like they're
And I
running
know
around
they
directing
will
things,
argue
planning
that we
things.
spread the wood chips and we paint the tables. They will argue, I'm just giving
Well,
you
I know
their,
Brad's had to get after them to even pick up the picnic tables. The gate got not blocked this year. 1 year the water was left running. The lights were left on during the winter time. So it's not exactly being
right.
treated as respectfully as
It
maybe it
needs
should
somebody
be.
to oversee.
You know, I don't know who built that building. My understanding now from talking is
We did.
the Boy
Parks and
Scouts.
Rec.
I was told the Boy Scouts built it. That's what I was told.
No.
So, see, this is what I mean.
Right.
Where did the money come to build that building? Has anyone inspected it since it's been up? Kids are going there. Have you ever been over there? See?
Well, that'll come under our new program that we've
Right,
started to
which
go
is
and inspect.
fantastic,
Yeah.
but that's just it. How long has it been there? The money went there to be built, but the townspeople can't use it. Only the Y uses it. And I really don't think that's and we've gone there and it's been like, okay, we're stuck in the swamp with the mosquitoes because you can't get anywhere near the water. And there's a very small area that's open and the rest is pines you can't see. You can't get near the water. You have to climb over bushes to get in. So just wanted to put that out there and maybe encourage you guys to form a committee to look at it. And those that have a love for land and wanting to see it turned into something greater for the townspeople, maybe would want to be a part of it and really look at a 10-year plan.
I like the committee idea myself.
Mm.
I think we've had good luck with a few of them.
Yeah. So again, just look through it a little more if you guys have time. Like I said, I showed you the cost for campers there, so even if you just did, they had 50 kids, it's a ton of money they're making. And again, it's not about begrudging them that, but why are we paying them $41,000 on top of that? They're getting a free place to use. We're paying the electricity, we're doing the trash, we're doing the water, we're doing the mowing.
Yeah.
And I can guarantee there's hardly any Lyman kids that go. They're probably all Sanford, because they bus them in.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know some Sanford kids that go.
All right, and
Thank
if
you.
you can get a deal for Lyman kids, that would be great. My kid's only 7, so.
We'll work on it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, no, I did that, didn't I?
No, you didn't. Oh, but-
Oh, no,
What's that?
that's right. There was one more thing that I had, that I didn't get a chance to do. We did ask, and we could not get answers to because we were told Andy would only answer to the select board. We looked the list of monies received, the details of, where was it? Amber. How many kids do they have go weekly there? So, because
For
For-
each
for-
session, each week.
each week, so how many kids each week go
Mhm.
to the Y? Because that will give you a better idea, also an understanding of what they're making, at $185 a kid. So, but he wouldn't answer us. He said the board would have to ask that question. So is that something, we did FOIA it, so if
Yeah,
that
I
can,
did, I reached out to him, so he said he would come to a meeting and speak with you guys.
I figured as much.
Which he's done.
Yeah.
He's been
Well,
pretty
I think
open
that'd be
to it.
great to meet with him and just express concerns and find a better way, but like, even just their contract alone, we're losing 10 grand and more to 14, just with theirs. So, and in addition to the expenses, so it might not be a bad idea to meet with him.
Yeah.
This fall under budget workshop?
We still have another year out of
I
the
know,
contract, right?
2 years.
2 years out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's 2 more, and that's why, like,
It's a good time to
forming
get our
and
ducks
getting
in a
out,
row.
thinking how can maybe Parks and Rec or somewhere take over with a pay per gate, get cards here at the town hall for the residents free, and then everyone's gonna pick up a card or use a credit card to pay.
Well, we have a contract for the next 2 years with
Yes.
the Y, is what you're saying, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
But we can still increase fees and look into other ways to supplement this deficit. Can we not? I believe we can.
You probably could, because
We
even-
probably could. We probably should look at the contract and we should really sit down with Jeanette and really dive deep into this and see what it's all about. Seems a lot of questions that
Yeah.
with no answers, so it's well worth taking a look at
I
it.
think we should do it before we meet with him so we can.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, I was gonna get our ducks in a row.
They even left it open in the email I have saying that they might be raising prices in 2023 and 24
The why?
due to, as we all know, short staff paying them. And I can understand why they have to do that, but they're still already making a profit, so. But they did say that they might have to come back and raise prices in 2023 and 24. And that was from last year's budget email that we got when I requested information. So, thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
So on that vein, gentlemen, do you think we should be making a motion to look into a committee or start a committee or put out a word for a committee? Or
Not me. I would say that we need to get some more information. I mean, you're dealing with a contract
Yeah,
and
but are we talking two separate things? Are you talking like a bunganut committee, Dave, compared to a committee to deal?
Correct.
Yeah, to deal with the why.
Well, I think eventually that Buckeye Committee would probably help deal with the why.
I'm just, yeah, I mean, I think we need a,
I think that would be just a migration of their duties. But It doesn't hurt to move the ball forward. It's either that or, now we're 2 weeks down the road.
If I put it out there, I just need to know what does the Bung Event Committee do? So like it's creating a purpose of that committee and maybe a procedure, so like who do they report to and that sort of thing. Just some basic stuff, because otherwise I don't know what to put out there and
Yeah.
advertise.
And I wouldn't mind including Parks and Rec in it also. We already have a department of Parks and Rec. And I think we just need to look at it, how we want to structure this and just,
Also, your new charter will call for like a building and grounds committee and a forestry and conservation committee, which may also, those will be standing committees going forward. They might tie into things like trail works and stuff like that that are included in parks.
You hear all this, Dave?
I do.
Okay, good.
My thought process was not a committee kind of having anything to do with the why. It was just for a committee to look at what do we have for Bung Event for resources and how can we implement things that would be great for the community. You guys would be in charge of the why, not the
Yep.
committee.
Yep.
They would just be looking at what could be added or ways to financially make money, maybe a lean-to with vending machines, I don't know, just, I mean, even
I think,
water down there.
we just need a future, like we're building this bridge, but do we need this bridge there? Is that where we want the bridge to go? Let's have a focus on what we
And
looks
investing
like.
money in the right way to move to the next point with it. And that's where I think the committee would come in handy and where they could see the vision of this should be done over here or that, and then have a ABC plan.
Advisory, I guess.
Does that make sense? I mean, just basically, yeah, the direction of Bung, the,
Wouldn't that tie in with Parks and Rec?
that's
yeah.
what I'm
I
thinking.
would think it does.
I think it's
I'd
gotta,
just-
it's gotta do.
I'd like to have their input on this. You know,
Make it part of it.
We do want to do trails, and we've been thinking of all that,
mhm.
doing trails on that side for the winter, for snowshoeing, for cross-country skiing. And now we got a plow, so now we've started to do things, but we didn't have a plow before.
Sure. Instead of, we've talked about in past conversations of how many committees we have. We just committee. We already have a Parks and Rec. How can we supplement? Maybe it's a part of the Parks and Rec, as opposed to a whole separate committee and then we.
I didn't want to throw it and say, hey, Parks and Rec should do this. I didn't.
Excuse me.
We
Sure.
could come up with more ideas if we know that that's
Michelle,
something
and
that's wanted and bring it back to you.
It's hard for me to envision how to separate those issues though, when we've had ideas about Bung Event and apparently there was a trail system there, but since it's been logged, you can't even identify where the trails are.
Yep.
So those were ideas that we've had. But I'm just learning about all the why stuff. And I
Well,
don't-
like, I think Michelle's right, if we could concentrate you folks on the good stuff.
Yeah.
And then the board would have to take a look at the contract and, what we would do with the why.
The good stuff is easier.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
But we also had, I know probably not now, but we would like to keep those gates open on the soccer field so people can use the trails. Is that a possibility?
been a pet peeve that they've been closed, myself personally, but
Just
how-
that
how do you
they're there,
park?
we
You
have
have to-
room, they're fantastic trails.
I mean, you almost have to leave the parking lot portion of it unlocked so people aren't parking on the road.
That's what I'm asking. Can we leave them unlocked?
My,
The soccer side, not the water side.
I tried to get that done a while ago, because if you show up there on a Saturday and no one's there, you can't use the field unless you climb the fence.
Right.
It's, what
The
good is
taxpayers
that?
are paying for it, shouldn't they have access? So,
Yes.
And I think that's why I brought it up.
yeah, I mean, even playing with ball with the kids, you can't go do that.
You want to play Frisbee, whatever. Yeah, I know of so many people that throw Frisbee on that field.
Even if they want to use it in the winter.
Right.
That's what-
Cross-country skiing there or snowshoeing.
You got to
there.
climb the fence.
Plowed out, it would be fantastic.
I mean, problem is we've run into the donuts in the parking lot. And
Well, I mean, that's where the cameras and lights can come in down there. as
Yeah,
well.
all comes into the infrastructure.
It does.
lock only keeps the honest.
Yeah.
It's easier in the winter, obviously, because the lot is much smaller.
It's
really, so it's a
We
little-
wanted to talk to you about that too. We need to,
It's not getting bigger.
Sierra has that little lot next door that they don't really maintain, and that's
And
Whereabouts?
so-
Right next door.
It's
Yeah.
tiny little, you know,
Yeah, it's
there's no
tiny.
cars in there.
Yeah. I mean, they still utilize it, but it's,
Oh, yeah.
it's only a few
use it more
cars.
than anybody.
Yep,
How long ago was it logged?
3 years ago.
2 years now, I
So we
think.
got 2-3 years worth of growth, which isn't
Pretty minimal.
for like a mini X to go through, or?
Oh, it would, and the logging roads, the main logging roads up through there are in great shape as they are behind the Y building, all up through there, all in that whole big chunk, all behind Boy Scouts in there. Those roads are big, they just need to be upgraded and it's instant trail.
I'd love to go take a look at it, and if you folks are looking, in my opinion, if they've been looking for support for long, great ideas. And we got other people, if we could mesh this together somehow. I
Could
think-
you have like an adopt a trail or adopt a mile or adopt 300 foot by a business, then they get a little plaque that they gave money to help groom part of the trail?
There was a Boy Scout 3 years ago that made custom carved signs and named every trail. And he got an Eagle Scout badge for it.
Yeah.
And that following summer, when they closed in the fall, somebody ripped all those signs down, destroyed them, split them in half. So they were all signed at one time.
Oh,
Yeah.
Boy Scouts still meet in there, at that building?
No,
Nobody uses that Boy Scout building anymore?
the building stays empty.
Oh, I've never seen
I think
that.
we should really take a detailed, I don't know it that well. I mean, you know it better than I do.
Just barely too, so.
Yeah, we really should take a real detailed look at it.
All right, should we move on?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's actually the Y building before.
So should we, that's
Yeah,
Polly, right?
exactly, but should
Yes.
we, more people?
Should we work something out with Polly that we can get together and do something?
Yeah. I kind of thought that.
Yeah. But I'd like to say, Michelle, great info, great questions. I just think we'd be better.
Well, she was just saying, she asked to use the Y building, and she was told no. I don't know how a resident can be told no. For our
Well,
Parks
this is
and
probably,
Rec.
well, it's always been that way,
Well, we used to use it years ago when we first built it, but then,
So something's happened.
yeah.
Something's happened. We need to support you. And if it's a town asset,
Files in there, that's why we couldn't use it.
what's in
Well, they
there?
shouldn't have anything there.
What's in there?
Files for like the camp kids, that was why I was told we couldn't use it.
Oh, good Lord.
Lock on the cabinet.
And, yeah.
Don't keep the files there.
Do
Town
we
put-
need to wait for if we can leave the gates open or not? Is there an answer, or do we need to?
I can leave it open, Rusty, I'm gonna drive by
I-
today and keep
I
it
have
open.
no problem leaving it open. It's been a pet peeve of mine for
Mine too.
years,
Yeah, mine too.
years. I mean,
Why is it closed?
my gut is it's the donuts.
People do donuts.
Yeah, it was the damage, but
Yeah.
I mean, my gut is like, tear it down.
I will tell
But-
you, since we put lights up at Candy Bog Pond, the activity in that parking lot is.
I have
rock
noticed
hot.
when I drive by, and I'm like.
Yeah,
Mhm.
big time.
Maybe
Is there
if-
cameras on the-
Let's leave it
Aren't
open.
there cameras on the?
No.
On the there used to be at
There
like.
was.
Yeah. Let's not go there.
We don't, we don't, we don't want to look
Camera
at
Let's
it.
not
for
do
a
that.
subject.
Oh, okay.
Well, what about if we were to put lights similar as a temporary fix? If the lights are working down there,
Yeah. that
put
might-
if, I don't know.
We could put a mask on the building, Rusty, the booth building that's there. Just put a mask on it, put a couple of floodlights.
I mean, until this camera's there though, what does the light do besides, I guess,
I
light
guess if
somebody,
someone
but
drives by,
It's just that-
Just them out.
It's
Yeah.
just,
Visual,
Hey.
it's worked at Kenny
it's working
Pond.
in Kennebunk Pond.
I will try anything. Cause that's a frustration point that's not open.
Oh, yeah.
It is. I've got so many people that will be like, yeah, but I'm like, just go use it.
All right, I'll make,
Look at the price tag of what these residents are paying and what they get out of it, which is nothing.
all right, I make a motion that we leave the gates open at Bungalow.
Can I second that? I can't.
Yeah, I can.
Dave?
Dave,
I'll second it, I'll second it.
Discussion?
Thank
Nobody.
you.
All in favor?
Aye.
It'll be open in the morning.
I'll open up on the way home. Sorry. Yeah, you're closer on the way home.
So
It's out of the way for me to do it. I've always wanted that gate open.
Well, you got
I
it.
just hope that it doesn't spill into damage, but they can't get on the field. So
Everything's froze, so there really isn't
but
much right now. that can be done.
they'd have to take a fence down to get onto the field, and that's my worry.
Yeah.
As long as that far gate's locked.
Well, if they do, they're not gonna get out real easy.
No.
So,
All right.
all right,
Hey, Michelle, we got the gate unlocked minimally. minimally.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Little steps.
I wanted that for so
Thank
long.
you for hearing me out.
Put that on the list of the positive things.
There you go, gates unlocked. All right, let's jump to item 2, public input. Do we have any more? Okay.
Rusty, I'm gonna have some input, but it's gonna take more than 5 minutes, so I will go under departments under other.
Yes, down, yeah, okay, got you down here. I knew that. All right, let's jump on. We got mail from Northern Light Healthcare looking to be on our donation budget, I would guess, with a lot of information.
Yep.
All right,
Municipal.
yep. All right, we got no complaints. All right. Item 3, let's review and approve the minutes from 1/17/2003. You still with us, Dave, buddy?
I am,
All right, good, glad to hear it.
and that's a so moved.
Yeah, I didn't see anything nice.
A second.
All right. Any discussion?
Oh, wait a minute,
Oh,
wait a minute, wait a minute,
oh.
wait a minute.
We're waiting.
Let me get there. Is this, let me get there. That's the 17th.
Yes.
Correct.
Yep, so moved.
And we had a second. We were in discussion. No discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Oh, now I know why you were asking. Ooh,
Yeah,
Oops.
so you can't
Oh,
vote on
okay.
this.
we can't vote on this one, right? Because he wasn't here, so he can't vote.
Yep. Okay, I got you.
It's draft also, but
Do you want to rescind it then?
what?
Just have Dave rescind his motion?
No, that
No,
was
for
for
the
the
second
first
one.
one, the second one. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
the 18th.
All right, so we'll just have to table this until everybody's here. Okay, perfect.
Well, that's just the minutes. It won't stop us
just the
from
minutes.
later.
Right.
Right.
Okay, right.
That was Monday, the 17th.
Correct. That we approved.
Got it. Just so everybody's clear, there was a second set of minutes for Wednesday, the 18th.
No, that'd be 19th.
No, it'd be the 18th.
No, because if Monday's the 17th, Wednesday would,
Oh, yeah, good catch.
It was Tuesday, the 17th?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so Tuesday,
It says Wednesday.
which one's wrong?
it's the Tuesday. It's the January 18th, should be Tuesday, not Wednesday.
Okay. So now we're really gonna say that was a Tuesday, the 18th is about when we opened up the,
Mm-hmm. The
Bids.
RSPs, yep.
so Dave Alves was absent, so we're gonna have to wait until we have a full forum.
All right, all right, all right. All right, shall we move on to number 4? Let's do item 4, payroll warrant number 33 in the amount of $24,204.23.
So moved.
Second,
Any discussion? Probably not if we're moving it. All in favor? Aye.
aye.
All right, moving on. Payroll warrant number 34 in the amount of $25,142.31.
So moved.
Dave?
Aye.
No, you gotta say
Second.
second. Okay.
Sorry, second.
Excuse me. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. I love you.
Here's a
Yeah,
big
that's a
one.
big one. I'm gonna say it quick.
Look at this one.
All right, accounts payable warrant number 35 for year end 2023, in the amount of $624,105.55. That's a big one.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Just give me a second.
Yeah,
Obviously, the biggest one was RSU's 57.
all right.
$458,624.95.
Very good.
Go, Dave.
All right, I'm all set.
All right. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right. Look at us moving on. All right. Moving on to unfinished business. Number 5, classification compensation study review references award RFP to vendor. A lot of information here, Lance. It was the amount of reference letters and stuff that I had to read through was pretty crazy.
If this waited until next meeting, is it right in that timeframe? I know that's why we pushed for this.
Lindsay said yes.
Yeah, I would 2 weeks worth of them not getting their feet on the ground.
It's mostly for our budget, so, we wanna get our salaries and benefits numbers first, and then some of the other stuff can come later. But, the budget committee was real adamant on not waiting to the 11th hour, so.
Right.
And we got like 2 months. Or so, I mean,
Yeah, and
it'll come up on you pretty fast.
going through all those references, it seemed like it was a timely thing. It took time. It takes a lot of time.
And they're not short references either. They're very well written in detail.
Yep.
On all of them, actually. I mean, the city of Waterville even put it on their letterhead.
Do I? I don't know. Yeah.
Dave, do you have any comments of reading through these and any opinions?
Not really. I mean, there's no bad review,
All right.
No. I think the first one had a more glowing,
What was their bid?
they were the low ones, 13.
Was that the one out of New Hampshire?
Yeah.
They had the best review I've ever done too.
Yeah, and the Bobby Joe Green, Human Resources Officer, this one that just stood out for me. My experience with Carol was exceptional. The staff and the reports that we received from MRI were extremely professional. She was available throughout the process and worked with us to provide a final report that was exactly what we asked for. So that was pretty powerful.
I don't know. To me,
I think we have to vote on it.
I'd like to hear what Jeanette has to say, and I'd like to hear Lindsay's point of view. I mean, you guys were the ones that were deep into it. You guys were the ones that were comparing apples to apples. Do you have a warm and fuzzy, or a couple warm
Did
and
you guys do any
fuzzies?
kind of a score? No.
No, actually, all I did was just email,
Just-
they had, each of these people had like a list of references
That's
in their
good.
packet, so I just.
She's
sent
open.
an email to everyone.
Mhm.
Jeanette didn't really have much involvement in that.
Yeah.
I didn't need her assistance, and, so that's all I did on my end, was just put it out there
Yep.
and receive feedback, and
That's
then
perfect.
summarized it for you guys. The only thing, in just talking to MRI, the only thing I can tell you is I know they're doing the same thing in Sanford, so they're already collecting the data for this area. That was one thing they told me over the phone, and maybe that's why they came in cheaper, because they're
Because
already
they're already on
doing
the
the exact
ground.
same thing. They're doing their salaries and budgets first, I think before April, and then they'll move on to their other stuff, so just like what we're trying to do. And it seems like from the references, they're really familiar with this area. You know, they're from New Hampshire, they've done a lot of work in Maine.
Right, it was so Maine.
Yeah, so
That makes me feel better.
Yeah, wasn't there one that said that
That makes me feel way better.
somebody was from Maine, you know, had close ties to Maine and
Yeah, I
understood?
saw that.
yeah, one
Yeah.
of the references came back, said there was a lot of, they had a lot of knowledge from Maine towns and the area, so even though they're out of state.
So we,
Yeah. That was a city administrator, from the city of Saco. Strong ties to Maine and understood our towns and cities. It's up to you, chief.
I think that they obviously did their homework. I think that the references that we got back from MRI definitely meet what we're looking for. And I'm okay.
And
with
they
it.
were a little bit,
Yeah, and I'm definitely okay with moving forward with that. I mean, and if we can get out of it saving a few bucks,
I think it's a
I think
win-win.
it's win-win. I think that's the direction we should go.
Yep.
I don't know, I can't make a motion, so.
I've done it before, but I make a motion that we accept the MRI proposal for the study for salaries and job descriptions, which was listed at $13,000.
How you doing out there, Dave?
I will second that.
All right. Any discussion? No? All right. All in favor?
I,
Aye. All right. Sweet. All right. Oh, look at this one. Holy jeez, and crowbars.
I have to admit, I have had no time to read this.
Oh my gosh, it was a book.
Well, there's two questions.
Oh, please run with us, Dave.
First of all, did it go by Tony Vigio, these changes, and did it go
Okay,
by
right?
town council?
So, I scheduled, town council's already scheduled to come out on the 21st. So we'll do a meeting with him, he'll go over it with us, and Tony is gonna join us in that meeting. So we can talk about the franchise agreement, and we'll also talk about the franchise ordinance. Because town council had said, there's a state statute, he was gonna look into it a little bit more, but he was pretty sure that the select board has the authority to pass an ordinance without a town vote, specifically for cable agreements. There's a statute out there, like you've done one for GA ordinance, for example. So he gave me that information, he'll come and talk more about that at that next meeting. Which you can still have the ordinance review committee review the franchise ordinance, but instead of putting it to a town vote. So that might help us expedite the agreement a little bit more once we get it finalized and we're good with what it is. Other than that, they're both scheduled to come out at the next meeting.
I thought I got her on something, but.
No.
Yeah, the 21st, and I looked down lower, we gotta move our meeting from the 20th to the 21st. I was like, you're on it, kid. Whew. It's okay.
This is a lot of changes.
Joe?
I actually read the whole thing, and you should be concerned about the plot that's in there.
There's a lot of
There's a
changes.
couple of lousy changes.
It's
in
a
there.
lot of like scary changes that are not fair to the town. I highlighted them for you. I was bored, I couldn't sleep.
This is from Shelley, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right,
So
so
the
Tony,
highlighted yellow
I
highlight?
know, I did it
Oh.
on my own.
Oh.
I circled things, I was like, what? Like this stuff is taking out that, it's just really.
I'd be interested to see what your highlights are compared to
You
what
can
Tony,
highlight,
well,
yeah.
just to see what Tony says, because he's harsh like that too. He would be like, nope, 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 nope. And he's definitely in our
You're
favor,
really
big
taking a
time.
lot of accountability to you away, a lot. Like, and not letting you request things that you normally could request, which you shouldn't have requested.
Yeah,
So I'll give you what I circled, you guys are willing to.
Yeah.
And see if Tony comes up with, because I was just like, hold the phone with some of the stuff they were suggesting.
I think you guys will probably agree on almost all of it, because he's so in our corner. He's so in our corner.
Let's not forget it, it behooves the Spectrum to stall it as long as they can so that they don't have to share
Right.
the 5%.
Mm-hmm.
Right, exactly. And and her marks, she probably knows that it's gonna go back and have to be rechanged, and
Yeah.
it's gonna slow the process. Anyways. All right,
Did we
so
lose him? You still there, Dave?
Yeah,
Okay, just the noise came through. It sounded like one of the.
so as far with the update franchise, I guess really we'll nail this down with the 21st.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, it'd be great to check that off the list.
Oh, yeah.
Just like the gate.
Yeah, might get an applause for that.
Is the gate gone?
Oh,
Oh,
that,
we did pave a road though.
paved the road.
That's right.
What are
You-
that mean for?
You paved a road. Wow, you were behind it all. Just like monumental things that have been there forever, and that road is
Yeah.
key. All right, let's move on to item 6. Road commissioner.
Speaking of which,
Got anything? Oh, he's
You know,
coming
not a whole
up.
lot. We had a bit of road damage over on Grasshopper that was cleaned up and taken care of. We'll have to be repaving a little bit of the pavement of the driveway on Grasshopper in spring. And we did get some salt in, so we now have a nice full shed again. Truckers finally came through. And the other thing I had is, have we done any more, or are we finished with the gates at Old Kennebuck Road?
So I'm waiting for Brad Warren to give me some more information, but.
You just said we were done with that.
I still get numerous complaints about it, that's why I'm bringing it up.
from
Just different people
about,
wanting it locked, some not wanting it locked, same old story. So, that's all I have, unless you have anything else.
Saw the trees coming down. They're bunging up
They're all
there.
cleaned.
Yeah, saw
There's
that.
one left, there's one left to take down, the little one. Everything else is cleaned up and
Yeah.
gone.
It's good to see all those out of
I
there.
got it done today.
What a
did
mess.
you really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I saw all the trucks in there today.
Yeah.
What a mess.
So, taken care of.
Yep, nice.
Thanks.
I can't believe
No,
you were
thank
able
you.
to plow into Bunganow, dude. That was some deep snow.
Well, after the Arctic freeze.
Right.
Said.
Yep. All right, where are we? No, we got no fire chief. Dave, we've seen some photos for the Kennebunk Beach Committee. You got anything you want to add in?
No, they settled on their final. It went through Hopper. They're on their way to making that a nice facility and a town asset.
We've seen some photos and some drawings, and they look good.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think, I would recommend, like Michelle said, to do the same thing for Buggenheim. It's a few dollars, but it's well thought out. It's a plan to go by and get, you can see where you're going.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah,
a nice way
direction.
to do it.
Yep. You can pick away at it, but you know your final destination.
Exactly.
Yep. Nice.
One thing to add to that.
Oh, go ahead.
Lindsay, have you heard back about the signs, solar signs?
No, haven't, and I contacted them again.
Did you say solar signs?
It's for the walkway.
The crosswalk signs,
At
Yeah.
Bunganut?
yeah,
The
Just want to make sure
freebies.
he hears it.
what they were supposed to be able to be picked up in January, and now don't know another date to pick them up.
You mean Kennebunk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Kennebunk. Yeah, Kennebunk. Yeah, and also, can you check and see if that grant money is still good? The $5,000 for each side, because that's in the budget to use it, so. Just to make sure that didn't fall through the cracks.
Yeah.
That's all I had.
All right. Item, what's that?
Treasurer?
Yep, item D, Treasury, she has an expense report. Yeah. Let's go on to,
Was that posted?
Yes.
come on, you down,
Thank
Linz. Next we got, I don't know if we have an update, town hall expansion.
We passed over CEO.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
oh,
don't
she's
wanna,
here.
Brad, do you wanna take it from there?
Sorry.
Yeah, we have, we've gotten 3 quotes for their surveying and the layout of all this property. And, I'm sending out an email of those 3 quotes to the other members. And I think we're going to choose one this week and, have a meeting on it and proceed ahead to get all this laid out,
Nice.
surveyed, to see where we stand.
Great.
Brad, since then, I also spoke with the draftsman
Okay.
who will, take it as far as we want to take it, but he can't take it to the fire and safety level.
Right.
So at some point, we'll have to engage with an engineer or an architect.
Yeah, okay.
But he has no issue with handing over the CAD file to whomever.
Oh, good. That's
Good.
a huge issue usually.
Yep.
So I asked him, to give me a proposal for the committee, to bring it as far as he can so we can decipher how much money that would be. And I also got in touch with an architect, to see what it would cost going forward from that point. So,
All right.
Thanks, Dave.
I jumped right over Brenda. Brenda, you got anything you want to add in?
All set.
All right. I don't know how I skipped those, but tax clerk, she's not here. Budget committee sent in a memo, said they're satisfied where things stand at the end of the second quarter. And that would leave us with others.
I need to discuss with you about where we're going to have the smaller elections. We can only use the school for state, for gubernatorial presidentials.
Okay,
So I don't
can you
know,
come up?
Do you
So,
want to do that now, or do you want to wait till the end of the meeting so we're not boring everybody
No.
with having to listen to all my mumbo jumbo?
it's fine.
Can you hear Dave?
I can add.
Okay, perfect.
So we only use the school for gubernatorials and presidentials.
Okay.
We've always had smaller elections here and pre-COVID, all of our elections here. We have 3 scheduled elections for the upcoming budgeted year. We have the November 23 state referendum, presidential primary in March of 24, and then the regular primary in June of 24. I checked out Rustic Dreams on Route 111. There's a 12-page application process that myself and code enforcement has to fill out, and the state has to approve us moving. We can't just move to another location. And when we went down to Rustic Dreams, there's no signage at all for any handicap accessibility for the building or the parking lot. The parking lot doesn't have individual parking spaces lined out, so keeping parking organized is gonna take several parking attendants. There's no designated handicap parking spaces that the state requires. These things can be remedied, but at a cost. The town will be responsible for plowing and shoveling January through March because they close during those months. Brad Nickel did go down and take a look at the plowing situation, because they were plowing at the time actually. So he can speak on the plowing and the lighting of the parking lot.
The parking lot isn't paved and it's not reclaimed, it's all gravel. And it's extremely rutted. And at the time of voting, it's gonna be nothing but mud. And there is 0 exterior lighting down there except for a couple of small wall packs on the building. So the place is really pitch black. It's a big expense, I feel. I really do. Especially for handicapped people that might have a wheelchair or crutches,
Mhm.
have to walk around and not have a place to park in the mud. Just doesn't make sense to me.
Your date said November of 23? We don't have one in March of this year?
Not of this year.
Of this
No.
year, okay.
Only presidential primaries.
That's March of next year. 'Cause when you and I were talking, you said we'd have to start plowing this year. I understood that we were having to plow this year, because I went down there today and it's plowed. I mean, there's,
Yeah, they did it a few weeks ago.
well, there's gotta be somebody out, I'm assuming there's somebody that lives out back.
They do, they take care of the road.
So that road, and until you get up to the building, it's
Yeah.
all reclaimed. So it didn't look bad today and what have you.
The road is maintained by the people that live out back.
And they plowed the whole driveway also. The whole parking area was
They, Reston Greens, I think, hired somebody to do
yeah.
that.
So it wouldn't really be you having to do that, right?
Depends on, well,
Well,
depends
I
on
don't
when
know.
it is.
I mean, if they're keeping it clean,
That's the big question is,
They only plowed it last week because they had an unexpected event.
Oh.
Normally, they don't.
that's what I do. Normally,
that's
it's
what-
shut down
oh,
for the
okay.
winter.
oh, all right. Because I went there, they was like
Yeah,
pretty wide open.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
so,
So to continue to have elections here, which is what I originally budgeted for, Warren at Warren's Office Supply, where you got this table, suggested revamping the table with new hardware underneath so it can be taken apart and reassembled. It was built with screws, not knowing that we were gonna have the need to tear it down and reassemble it. And he said, after you do that 3 or 4 times, it's gonna be stripped, and then you won't be able to put it back together. So he's recommending putting it together with some of these. Sorry, Dave. And he would wanna put 2 on each section, in between each of these.
Oh, those are like screw.
And he said the cost to revamp it would be between $400 and $450 for the hardware, and then 3 to 4 hours labor at $45 an hour for a total of about $830. He couldn't give us an exact because he's never run into this, never had to do this before. But with the new hardware, you'd be able to use the table as 5 separate sections as well. And I could use a couple of the sections as the check-in table for the clerks to use to check people in for the elections, and probably one for the handicap accessible voting machine. And then the other few we could stack in the back corner to get them out of the way. So I already budgeted to have Warren's do the tear down and reassemble, which is $360 per election, but that's before I noticed microphones on the tables. So that would be a little more to have Warren's rerun the mics. But if the table is revamped with that hardware, I mean, would we really need them to come back and line the tables up and put those screws back in? They're already threaded. I'm sure a couple of us would be smart enough to line them up, screw those in. It would just be a matter of rerunning the wires for the mics, but Warren said that when he was here, he thought they were numbered and it shouldn't be too much of a problem
I
to
was just
do
looking at the
that.
box down below, that's exactly what they are.
So, go ahead, Dave.
So, let's talk this out for a minute. So, I'm looking at the whole front board. Rusty, can you tell me approximately from the wall to the furthest corner of the desk, what are we talking, 7, 8 feet? Whether it be to your right or to your left?
To the left, it's more like 5. Yeah, it's more like
To
5.
the front of the table.
If even that, but yeah. Maybe
So,
4, 5, pretty close.
yeah.
no, from that back
The
wall.
back wall.
Back
the
wall.
side wall.
Yeah,
Okay, yep,
what do you got from there?
to the front of the table,
Yes.
pretty accurate. About 9 feet to the front corner.
So, Paulie, these stations that you set up, is there a state spec on the measurements?
No, I don't have state specs on the measurements. The only thing I have to follow is for state elections like the primaries, we would have to set up all 20 booths and a handicap accessible booth, which has to have 5 feet all the way around it for a scooter or a wheelchair to get in and out. Now, Michelle, you can help me out on this. If we come forward 9 feet, that's really gonna cramp us in because I have to remain 6 feet from the stanchions that are set up by the door as you come in. We can't start setting booths up until we hit 6 feet back. So, I mean, you're cutting us down to not much area. I don't think there'd be room for that.
Is that what you're getting at, Dave?
No, not
That's
the
exactly what I'm
handicap, the booths, when we set up all 20 booths.
I mean, I'm all for
There's not-
using the
there's
damn
not gonna
table
be
as
enough
tables.
So my thought, Rusty, and I'm not looking to put it on you, but you're the best layout guy we have right now. Is to lay out that room with tape and see if, we can fit those 20 booths in there and leave that desk right where it is. Move the podium, put it in the corner, put a few things in the corner, make it organized so that it's not an eyesore, and see if we just can't utilize it that way. Why, it seems like we're always trying to reinvent the wheel on these things. That's my suggestion.
Come try to lay it out tomorrow. You here tomorrow? What time you come in tomorrow? Wednesday? Oh no, tomorrow's Tuesday. What am I thinking?
9. But I can come in earlier if you want.
Oh
me
no,
to be here
I'll pop
earlier.
in whenever. I'll pop in
What
whenever.
what do you girls
Is it-
think? You're,
Well, I was just thinking, looking at the table there, couldn't you have a booth going against it this way and one coming from the other way that way, and then there's enough room so you could, they'd be
Back to
facing each
back,
other back to
essentially.
back, essentially, right across it, wouldn't that, how many could we fit there? I'm thinking 12.
Paul, let's brainstorm. Welcome to
we can
brainstorming
try.
tomorrow.
But the reason I wanted to discuss this is I've got to get my budget finished and either
Right,
way.
and we're
we do it
budgeted
there, we
tomorrow.
do it here, I've got to change my figures because I didn't add in revamping this and I didn't add in for signage over there, so we gotta, before I can finish my budget.
Since we're doing a budget tomorrow night, let's make sure we do this tomorrow. That way we can have a head into it for the budget meeting, so I know which direction we're going.
Yeah.
So if you measure 6 feet.
So I'll bring you all my tapes and duct tape
you
and
know,
masking tape and,
here.
That's the best way to
So
do it.
we have from here to
yep,
the corner of that table to set up 20 booths, and we have to have the voting machines at
at
the
the
end.
door.
So we're really gonna be cramped.
It could work though, I mean, I'm thinking if there was, if you put one on each end, that's 14 there.
Yeah.
So we'll only do with,
Let's,
And I'm gonna talk about the elephant in the room, since we made such a big deal on the other place. We're not handicap accessible here either. We always talk about that door,
But we
and there's
have
no lights back
signage.
there.
We have signage and
Okay.
handicap parking, which we
Okay,
don't have
but we
there.
talk about it every year. We do not have back there, and we have to bring in portable lighting.
Correct.
So I think you might want to put that in your budget. I mean, we
We
may,
get the lighting from the fire station for
Understand.
elections to put out back.
but we talk about that every year, so at some point in time,
How long do you
I
think it'll be before, I mean, a couple of years that we'll be doing elections here before the addition is put on?
realistically, it takes some
I
years
would
worth
say
of.
2 years.
Couple years,
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Polly, put your mind hat cap on. If you think of someplace else that we might
I
go.
can't think
I
of
know,
it
I've been
myself.
trying to do it too
You know,
since I heard
I
it.
went over to the fire station years back, but it's no better than here as far
Parking
as
is
the parking spaces and
What would they do with
And
the
that
fire
was out, I
trucks?
went over to the church, not this church here, but
Yeah.
on Church Street, and there, that wouldn't work either, and then somebody suggested is it the Masons or the Eagles
Yep.
building or something?
Masons.
They don't have much parking.
No, that's not much.
What about
Either.
St. Philip's? Catholic Church.
When I. Not gonna say anything on that topic. No, St. Philip's wouldn't work either. That's all.
It's very politically correct.
I'm willing to bet we can lay that out.
I think,
Well, take a stab at it.
I'll come in tomorrow and I'll lay it out with a tape and some masking tape and we'll see where we go and we'll punt from there
Okay.
and see what.
If we are gonna change to somewhere else, I've gotta get this 12-page
Yep,
thing to the state
application.
so they can approve wherever we're gonna go.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
All right,
Thank you, Polly.
You're welcome.
where were we?
Let me just finish.
Oh.
Shirley stuff would not be here. We can move that too, right? All
Yeah,
of that.
everything.
Everything goes.
Everything.
So we'd be looking at an empty room.
Especially if we leave that there, we're gonna be really cramped,
Yeah.
especially for the presidential primary and the June primary. We're gonna be really, really cramped in here.
Okay.
There's no snow plow in June though.
No,
I hope not. Anyways, all right.
thanks, Polly.
Item 7. Oops, I don't know where we are.
Where the heck did we go?
Where are we? Here we go. Oh, I'll keep that out.
But workshop.
This out. Yep. I'm gonna keep. All right. Discuss schedule and budget workshops. Oh man, nobody's here though.
I mean, if you want, it's just a rolling.
Yeah. Can we discuss that tomorrow? I mean, let's be able to set a budget workshop.
Oh, yeah.
Budget workshop.
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
I think that'd work best. Yeah.
Are they gonna, is it gonna be the
Oh, is it the same?
Yeah, it's the
same thing?
No Johnny tomorrow either?
No.
Johnny.
And we're going to put one out there and then,
Yeah, see if it works. So it's you and I again here tomorrow?
All right, so
I don't have that on my calendar either.
we're doing one on the 7th. We have a meeting on the 21st. I mean, I'm right. I know Jessica likes Thursdays, and then that's because it works for me too. That's the only reason I know it works for her.
You have to kick someone out on Thursday.
Oh, no, we don't want to do that.
What week you thinking of?
I'm open. I'm pretty much open. Monday nights are tough because I play big boy soccer, but and the 20th is out because it's a holiday. I mean, want to just throw a number out there?
And I think we should put an RFP out for that, that back entrance, handicap entrance with a light.
Thank you. I was hoping you would chime in. I mean, do you have to have it designed?
I bet you Rusty would be able to whip one up tomorrow with his duct tape.
Boy, have you?
Okay.
Wow.
I mean, while you're there,
I don't know about duct tape outside, but okay.
Yeah, it snowed.
Yeah, Dave, there's snow on the ground here, Dave?
I know.
Okay, just checking. I'm just checking. Didn't know if you knew that or not.
We don't.
There are specifications in the handicap accessibility book from the state, so we'll have to follow that.
I'm sure Brenda could help us with that.
I'm looking right at her.
I know.
So if you could bring the scissors for the duct tape tomorrow and help, if you're here. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what we could get done before spring out there. Probably not too much. Being frozen solid.
Solar lights fixed
Oh,
on-
lights. Yeah, you could do definitely lights, but I'm thinking the ramping wise.
But it's March 24.
Not many paving companies open at the 24th of March.
No.
24.
2024.
Oh, geez, I'm a year behind. Yeah, we'll get it paid by then.
I was like, what?
I'm sure I can pull that.
You can pull that one off? Well, I was the one that was confused. The way you were talking, it was this year.
No.
In our, yeah,
Set my notes aside. Sorry.
yeah, okay. 2024. It's like, what?
I'll look at it when we're here tomorrow. Yeah. Ramping light, Outback.
Or
So workshop, I have the 14th is open or the 22nd.
14th, I can't.
Yeah, what's
22nd is a Wednesday.
what's the 14th? Oh, 14th is Valentine's Day. You trying to get us all in trouble? Holy cow. Jeez.
Buy a bigger present, maybe I'll stop.
Yeah. Lindsay says I gotta go. Sorry, dear.
Like you said, Mondays aren't that good.
No, he's got big boy soccer.
Oh, I'll make anything work, but we can't do Thursdays. Is that what she said?
No,
I mean, you'd have to bump out either ordinance review or budget.
Oh, I don't want to bunch out ordinance review. That would
Could we
kick-
meet at the library?
Could do the 21st.
Well, I don't have access to the library. I thought the budget committee did that because they have.
Yeah, we kicked them over there.
I think the library closed at like 5.
Oh,
Brad's got access.
Oh.
Or what? Met at GMSM before. So maybe they could,
Oh, I could,
Is that on-
I could get the conference room over there.
or we could go to
Yeah.
GMSM. Yeah, either or.
What day?
If you want to do Thursdays, it's Thursdays works for everybody.
That's the 16th.
The 16th?
No, no, I can't do the 16th.
23rd?
23rd.
Oh, that's right.
Is that booked here?
No, well, it's up to, he suggested going to the fire station.
Right, but
No,
is
I
the-
can't, I'm sorry, I can't do 2030 either.
Oh, jeez Louise. And
It's either
21st
gonna
is the
be
meeting.
21st,
That's the meeting night, because we're moving it from the 20th because it's a holiday.
yeah.
Wednesdays don't work, right?
Okay with me.
Okay with me.
But we have to go, because the planning board meets on the 15th.
Well, I'll have to go see if we can get the fire station then.
But doesn't Matt, I thought Matt does a fire station meetings?
We'll already, no, we're having ours this Friday. It was rescheduled. It's usually the first Thursday of the month.
So
Do you
right,
want to just check and make sure we can get to the
Yeah.
dinner like on the 15th?
so right now we're shooting for February 15th.
No, can't do the 15th.
No?
What day?
I can't do that week at all.
Oh, well, what day are we doing then?
I said the 22nd.
We're all on the same page here, but except you.
Well, I can't do the 22nd.
You can't?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Well, then we can do it here if it's the 22nd.
Ah, love you. See how she rolled that in? All right, that's what it is.
Okay, then that's what it is, the 22nd.
Providing
Here.
that Jeanette, Jessica, Johnny, why do I keep calling him Johnny? Jessica, John, it's all available. All right, so we're shooting for the 22nd, 6 o'clock here. Beautiful, look at that. All right, now we got RSU 57 board member opening. We have 2 applicants. Have you seen these, Dave?
Yeah.
Okay.
Has anybody reached out to the other two past?
Yes.
Can't make motions.
No.
Yeah, so.
Maybe that Dave can do that one. Since he hasn't
Do
made.
you have a favorite here, Dave? You leaning one way? What are your thoughts?
I have no thoughts. I mean, were the other two, I'm forgetting the word, when you run, you're a
Candidate?
Yeah, candidate.
Candidate?
candidate, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
The other candidates, were they asked if they're still interested?
Yes.
Yes.
And they said,
Chloe, I couldn't get hold of, I don't know any contact her, I don't think, and Irene, I don't think is interested, she said she'd think about it, and then she never got back.
Did you hear that?
I did.
So these are the 2 most updated, current,
And
willing.
you publicized this.
Yep.
So,
I'd like to hear from the two candidates that put themselves out there myself, whether it's a yes or a no, or
I mean, what you guys made a motion before was that if they were interested, they would put in an application.
Right.
So everyone would put in an application if they wanted it, so, you know, I did speak to one of them, they didn't put in an application.
okay.
I don't mind reaching out again, I'm just saying that's what.
We should get this
how long
done.
are we gonna kick this down the road?
Right, I want to get this done.
Because they were kind of in a time crunch, weren't they?
Oh, definitely. We need to be represented the best we can.
Was an ad put in like the reporter looking for someone, or was it just put on the website, which doesn't reach a whole heck of a lot of people?
They didn't ask you for that, no, so.
Yeah, and this is just a temporary
Mhm.
position, fill the spot.
Uh,
I mean,
My-
and
my
looking
two-
at the two, one is very, very
Yeah.
detailed.
Yeah, my 2 pennies worth, that's,
Yeah.
I mean, just the difference between the 2 applications is night and day.
Mhm. Do you want to take care of this tonight
Hmm.
and not kick it down the road?
I think if the other 2 wanted to be here, they would have their applications here.
I do.
Yeah, my personal opinion, and I feel that this one is
Yep.
way more, just put the time and thought and everything into it.
Then I'll make a motion to accept the application from Suzanne Bauer on the school committee.
Do we need to do like a background check, or, I mean, we'll just have to make sure she's not.
I think school.
I would think so.
Yeah, okay, all right, good. I was just saying, I don't want to send somebody there that's like got a record and be like,
Yeah.
look what the town of Lyman sent us. Just want to make sure we're on the same page. Dave, you have any thought on this one?
I'm reading.
Okay.
I'll second the motion.
Any discussion? Question just goes here. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right.
How long that one is before it goes to, how long is that?
June 23rd. This year's June.
This year.
Yeah, yeah, it's just temporary to make up the rest of the term.
And then if she is the other person, then they run.
ARPA committee final recommendations and reports. Woo-hoo.
So.
It's Michelle again.
All right, so I really enjoyed serving with ARPA. Thank you for letting me serve. It was really fun. I think we did a really great job. We held meetings and got public input, did surveys to get input the best we could. Wasn't a ton, but overall, it was like looking for improvements in the town. After going through the numbers, which you'll see, you'll have this from Jeanette, and basically, we had, the first expenses are all for the fire department that we had agreed to put in Dayton. I think Matt half, right, Tom?
Mhm.
For all of those, for the total of $156,446.82. And then the remainder was to be split apart. The ARPA committee came up with 3 areas. The transfer station was number 1. Really, the biggest thing, super safety concerns up there, and it's been something that really needs to get done. So that's been all listed out to get everything done. Brad did a great job pulling everything together to make the transfer station a safe and a little more upgraded area. And then B for the ARPA committee was the Bunganut Beach area. Again, this is where putting things in there, water even that's drinkable over there. You guys can see what we listed out. Things to be done on the ball field that were left to be done. I think, was it their parking lot that wasn't finished and stopped over there and all that?
The area that stumped Rusty down on the right side of the soccer parking lot, it
Yep.
was cut a couple of years ago.
Sure.
That is for the future parking lot.
That's, yeah.
That's in this budget.
Yeah, I saw that.
And-
Fill it, gravel it.
Yep, and then the final C and this is like the order we recommended them was A, B, C, because in the end, we wound up running over in monies, was Kennebunk Pond. The committee put their report together, which you saw tonight is fabulous. It was a little more money than I think than we knew. And so put it over, I think, did you understand what that 30,000 was doubled and then removed that, Jeanette said?
I didn't,
I didn't understand that either.
I didn't either, no.
It's either, Jeanette sent an email to us, Tom, and said that Bill said there was $30,000 that we counted twice. Dave, do you have any?
I did not see that.
I didn't understand where it was either, so I don't know if that 30,000 is missing or is really still there.
In a budget or not
In
in our?
in the ARPA numbers that we listed
Really?
from Bungana. He said there was an extra 30,000 that we counted twice and I couldn't find it.
Okay.
So we're either over by $76,000? No, that was, yeah, 76, was it 76, Brad?
36, wasn't it?
Well, it's 36 or 66, depending if that 30 is there or not. I don't, so the monies that we've listed out, it's over what we have for ARPA funds.
Mhm.
So we're basically leaving it to the select board. We have our recommendations for you guys to go through and decide what you do and do not want done in these areas. But that's what we gathered. Like you'll see on some of these, it says if money is available.
Yeah, I can see that, yeah.
So, and that's just because again, if we wound up running over when we pulled everything together, and some stuff may not be able to be done, like, network devices, that might not be able to be done right now, or, you know, what's another one there? Like the shed might, you know, there's certain things on here that, depending on timing, might not be able to be done, which would allot money for something else. But that's basically it, so it's up to your discretion how to use the money, but these are the recommendations we gave. Any questions?
No, these are, so they're all great.
Awesome work.
They're all
on
great things.
Everybody's part.
Yeah, Jeanette was fabulous pulling this all together too and leaving us with the numbers, so. She would have the information about that 30,000 that
Yeah.
supposedly was doubled or not doubled. I don't remember seeing it, so I just want to make that clear. I don't know how much we're off because of that. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you. Well, the Kennebunk Pond Committee, Beach Committee did a phenomenal job for their presentation and their pricing things out.
That's exciting. That's where I saw all the photos.
Did you, you have them?
Yeah,
You have
yeah,
that?
yeah. Oh, yeah, she showed me some
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
I had another packet somewhere. All right.
Three big assets for the future, guys.
Schedule annual town meeting for June. I don't, geez, what is it? We
Do you have
got
any
it on Tuesday?
recommendations?
Yes, state election is always the second Tuesday of the month, which is June 13th.
Yep.
They may not have a ballot this time, but the legislature still has a few weeks to decide if they're gonna throw a bond out there or something. So I think we should stick with the state's date, as we always have in the past, so that we're not having two separate elections.
Do it.
That'd be okay. Do we have to vote on that?
No, I just need to know, so like I can contact.
You can post it out, right?
We'll get together,
Yep.
order and stuff like that.
Well, the election is Tuesday the 13th. You guys are gonna have to pick your day for annual town meeting. The election part of it will be June
Yeah.
13th. You pick a day for.
Oh, I'm sorry.
meeting After that.
I mean, we could do you wanna do the 14th, or? Do you do your town meeting usually at like 6 PM on a weekday?
It's Flag Day, does that matter?
Well, I just, cause the school, I did talk to them, I don't know when they're gonna do their graduation, because they're not sure on snow days and everything. So like, if they end up pushing out further, you know, they might have to push out their graduation a little further, and then, or if they don't, they might have other stuff going on too, so I just have to check with them, but I think I know they were open the first week of June, but, I think you'll wanna do your open town meeting after your election, so.
You have to do it so many days after the election.
Yeah.
I think the charter says it has to be,
Wednesday or Thursday.
the charter says it has to be the Thursday after.
The Thursday after the June election.
By the Thursday.
The Thursday, it has to be the Thursday after the election. I think
Thursday.
that's what the charter says.
So
Double check it, don't hold me to that, but I'm pretty sure,
So that's the
That sounds
15th.
familiar.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
So I just have to verify with the school that they're doing that.
All right, town on the 15th. Look at that. All right. All right, moving on. Item F, assess the request for training services review agreement. If you want to jump in, I got my head somewhat into this. Oh, did I?
So, well, just.
Oh, select board man, well,
Um,
just assume you already did it.
Yep.
Sorry. I thought you already did it.
It was talked about a lot.
And then the assessor.
Yep,
Well, she's been using these folks for some training services already, and
Yep.
then she still has to finish the evaluation process. So we're at like 81%, she's trying to get us up to 100%. And they'll come in and do a bunch of training, continue the training with her, which I think she put in her email to you guys, like, we still have a budget line
Yep.
for it.
right.
Yep.
22,000 or something of that nature.
And this is Jim,
Yeah.
who
Yep.
I know was a hard time to find to begin with,
Yeah.
but knows what's going on in the town already.
Nope, this is a good.
Yeah, I think it's a good fit. And he knows our system. He knows Lori. Lori knows him. She's comfortable with him.
Yep.
Yep. I think this is a good fit. So I guess we really don't do anything on that. Oh, do we?
Well, okay, I make a motion that we allow Lori to use the assessing training services per the budgeted line that she has.
Yeah. How do you, Dave?
I'll second.
All right. Any discussion? All in favor?
Right?
Aye. All right. All right. Discuss.
Oh, here comes one that keeps back
Oh,
to bite us.
Discuss procedure around key for lockbox.
So your cameras are installed.
Oh, they are?
Oh, really?
They control video and audio. And they're up and running.
Awesome. That's caught me off guard on that. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect
You've
that.
been working behind the scenes.
Fantastic. That's awesome. It's the key box to me is for the clean lady. That's how I see it. She can get her front door key, come in, know the code, get her key, go to all of her offices, lock the key up and leave.
But then
It's there for emergency. If someone needs to access something and it's all on camera on who's accessing it. So I guess where do we go from here? What else do we need? Do we need a log?
Guys' plan was, because I've seen him after it, but I thought there was gonna be like one master key that no one else had access to, so you'd have to like access that box. I don't really.
I definitely think there should be a log, a sign-in.
Some sort of
A
book.
procedure,
Yeah,
procedure where if that key is used, they come in, they sign in, a simple form.
So there would be.
Date, time, person, activity.
yeah. What was
So
your thought?
so there'd only be one master key, there wouldn't be anyone else with a master key, or?
I don't know if we've really put too much thought into that aspect of it.
We did it
I know we
originally.
talked about
Yeah,
pulling them all at one point, but
this was our resolution,
right.
which we put money into.
If everybody has access or people have access to that number that need the master, what's it matter who has a key then? Right? They have access to the master. They don't need to
And
take
you have it
one
on
home.
film.
They don't need to take one home.
No.
It's here. You get in through the front door, you get your one key, you have access, but man, you get your master key, you do what you need to do.
And it would be a
lock your bag up.
short list,
Yeah.
a very short list.
Do we need to?
You can have my master key back. I don't wait a minute. I don't have the master key.
Do you have a front door key, Dave?
Nope.
No, I don't.
I didn't think so.
So I guess we just need the lockbox, and then the board decide on a procedure around it.
Right.
Right, up a procedure.
That's the key, is the procedure. I mean, I put a lockbox on tomorrow when I measure out for the,
Put a piece of duct tape where you're gonna put it.
all right, so we just need to come up with a procedure
Yeah,
on a book, log out book, what's in the book, where's the book go?
well, who's in charge of that?
I was gonna say, do we?
Well, I would think that the
do we
book
need a
is, I mean, if you have a book, a clipboard underneath the box, here I am, I'm the cleaning lady, I'm signing the key out because I'm cleaning. I'm signing the key back in because I'm done. Done.
Yep.
I
This
think,
is just a master key for offices, it doesn't include the vault.
of course not. No, definitely not. Yep. 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 And I do almost wonder about the IT room too, if we should have that off of it. But that's a Joey
Well, I
conversation
think the
to see.
master key will get it, it goes to all these doors, right? Except for the vault.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct, Polly?
I'm sorry. what-
Master key only
Does
goes,
the master key hit all the doors except for?
but the vault. That's how I understood it.
I'd have to get it, I don't think it includes the kitchen stuff.
The kitchen door, utility closet is all that same lock as that door. So if we have that door, they have all the other
Then
doors.
you'll get it.
Oh, it's not, as long as they can get in here to vacuum, I don't care if they can get in the kitchen.
We don't lock that door in here.
Right.
We don't lock the kitchen doors.
So then that, further down the line, helps on the budget, so we're not going 2 days.
Cleaning.
That was in 2 days cleaning, we go down to the 1 day clean, which saves money,
Big time.
big time.
Yep.
It's all done,
That makes Jeanette happy.
yes.
All right, so we just need to come up with a procedure. How do we? That's it.
How does the cleaning lady access all the offices now?
Lori.
Lori comes in early.
Yep.
Do it, the second day, comes in, does it.
Yeah.
And when she's not here, it's always an issue. It's just a,
You just said the procedure.
Yeah, we're back talking the procedure.
You said it. Procedure is lockbox, you go in, you sign in, you sign out. There's your procedure.
Such a unbelievable, Dave.
all right.
I'll work,
Make your form, well, I mean, let's not drag out and reinvent the wheel. Let's keep it alive here.
it was Gatorade today. I'll work with Lindsay on it tomorrow.
Oh, procedure?
Yep, and your clipboard.
All right, and I'm gonna work on the lockbox.
You work on the lockbox, bring the
Alright.
tape in.
Look at that. We're checking stuff off.
Hey, let me ask you, it's gotta be a yes. There's a Knox box out there for the fire department, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, there has to be.
That's what but I don't remember seeing it.
It's there.
Yeah, no, it's there. Yep, I've seen it. It's next to the door, Dave.
Next to the door that
Yeah.
I don't see.
Yeah, next to the door.
This is the thought process, if you guys wanna get a little fun, you could have a QR code people scan and it goes to a form that uploads who went in from their phone and then it would get emailed to the office.
It'll,
Just put it out there, cause we do that with work,
was,
just a thought.
Yeah, it's a good.
It would just create a form, a Google form and.
Yeah, just a Google form. You know, you've done Google Forms.
we're gonna,
And then link it back to the QR code they scan next to it and it would.
That I do.
hey, Dave, you're part of the building committee. Write that down, would you?
Okay.
Brad's writing it down right now. QR code, doors.
I got it all shorthand.
Nice.
Shorthand,
You
got it?
already has it done.
I got
Wow.
it shorthand, it's all done.
You on the key committee?
As long as it's coming out of his budget.
Don't need to be, it's all done.
All right, upcoming training, National Incident Management Systems.
This is something that came up at the fire commission meeting, that we need to be NIMS compliant to get some federal funding. And it's something that has been talked about here in the past, and I don't know how much it's actually been done. And NIMS stands for National Incident Management System, and it's a virtual class, and it's free. And it says the audience is, this course is required for all senior officials for a municipality to maintain NINS compliance and receive certain federal funding. And the chief was asking that we would take this. So all of us have to take this.
And I think there's like 4 separate dates.
Yep.
Yeah, so you
Yep.
can pick a day that works for you.
One's from 9 to 11 a.m., another one's from 6 p.m. So they make it during the day and at night. So 1 to 3.
Is that head for the heads of all departments, Tom?
No, it's just a select board.
It's not working. Can't register here. It's not working.
So,
Okay.
uh,
What day are you going? All right.
Yeah, you guys don't have to decide now.
Yeah.
Matt sent it to me and he asked me to put down each other.
Yeah.
All right. So I got to pick one of these days. I got to figure out how to register though. The register here doesn't work.
you go to, I think it's Homeland Security.
I sent you an email. I can.
Oh, it's probably- No, it's probably, you're right. It's
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
sitting
that's
there.
what I'm saying.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably read it and didn't see that far now.
Now you're into my world.
Yeah. All right, so can only 2 people sign off?
Don't worry about that.
I'm going to.
Okay.
Look at this shit. Wow, there's only a few. Nope, that's me. Those are you. Sorry, I just personal notes.
Aggressive there, aren't you?
Oh, hey, you know. Oh, she's probably left. Polly's gone.
We can't sign this one.
Oh, is that the one?
That's the one. Yeah.
What do we do with Susan Bauer, the town? I mean, we must have to wait for Polly to do all the paperwork to swear her in. Okay.
So you can come in.
I'll be here tomorrow, laying out.
Yeah. You guys are gonna sign it.
Do you have to have so many signatures or can he sign it? Free?
I'll send it to Dave and do a PDF.
Got it.
And what about the RFP for the survey of the town? Do I need to sign anything on that one? You with me? MRI. Must be some sort of contract.
No,
Yeah.
I just tell them that it's awarded and then I'll be probably looking at a contract.
Okay. Yep, perfect. All right. Nope, this is the one needing no sign.
I'm excited to look at the camera.
Yeah.
It's only taken.
Should we do a motion?
Years.
You want a motion?
I'm ready. I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
Dave, you want to second that?
I shall second that.
All right, all in favor?
Yeah, yeah.
Aye, aye, aye. All right, we're adjourned.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you guys.
No, thank you.
And ladies.